learn by doing. This is probably the biggest piece of advice that I can give anybody that is looking to start high ticket drop shipping or starting their entrepreneurship journey in general. This is something that has kind of been the biggest lesson for me as an entrepreneur and as a high ticket drop shipper over the past half decade. There's a lot that you will learn along your entrepreneurship journey, as far as how to manage business, how to do a lot of this, but none of it can actually be learned until you start doing it. So I get questions all the time, for people that want to start high ticket drop shipping. How much money do I need? This is a really reasonable question to ask. Asking all these things about, I need some level of assurance that this will work. Can you guarantee results? Or what's the perfect niche? All this stuff where it's like they want to be given the answer. They want to be told the answer that this success is guaranteed. They want to learn everything about the business model itself before actually doing it. And Alex Hormozi, whom his content I cannot get enough of. I have followed him for a pretty long time now, and I just think he has a lot of valuable things to say. He always calls this mental masturbation. Like you want to start a business, or you think you want to start a business, and what you're really toying with is like the end result. But what's stopping you from actually doing it or from getting there is just diving in without hesitation and taking bold, deliberate action. And so if you're someone that's kind of in that realm where you want to start an online business, maybe the model that you want to do, but you're just, there's analysis paralysis kind of holding you back from it. My biggest piece of advice is just start pulling the thread back and start untying what looks on the surface like a complicated knot. And as soon as you just start pulling that thread away and start unraveling the knot and really starting to understand the anatomy of what's going on, like you will begin not only to learn so quickly, but the constant feedback from the progress that you're making will only motivate you further to build something really great. And so that's honestly my biggest piece of advice is, at a certain point you have to make a decision, whether it's choosing your niche, whether it's choosing a business model as a whole. And that said, like it's hard to know who has the best online course. It's hard to know, should I take an online course? All these things, because there's so many online courses, there's so many YouTubers, there's so many people that are like, trust me, I've got years of experience in this industry, and this is the exact thing that worked for me. It will work for you too. It's really easy. It's just plug and play. Well, high ticket dropshipping, you're managing a real business. You're building a real business, building real relationships with real companies, and there's a lot of variables, and the success is just not guaranteed for anybody. That said, the probability of success is a lot higher if you do have a proper framework to follow. I experienced this when I bought an online course back in the day, getting me to that point. I think going in blind or just kind of winging it, even if it's just kind of piecing disparate information together that you found across the internet, I think having like an actual concise process to follow with a proven track record and with other successful members is kind of the best thing that you can do for yourself. I tell people a lot of the time, like, I went to a 4-year institution to earn my college degree. I went to Iowa State University and I studied statistics. That was my major, or that was my degree. I also minored in mathematics. And I think there were a lot of things about college that really served me well. I made my best friends. I learned how to live on my own. I learned how to handle really complicated problems throughout my coursework. And I got involved with a lot of things on campus. So all of that was really cool. What has benefited me professionally even more so, as far as my actual income, is self-education. I think self-education, if you find the right self-education online, will, as far as ROI, out-return any college degree that you ever find, unless you're going to school to be a doctor or a lawyer. Because in this day and age, like what you actually learn in college, 90% of the time you're not going to apply in your day-to-day life. I'm not saying don't go to college. I think it is an absolutely foundational thing for anybody to do. But that said, you know, if you're someone like me where you're not necessarily satisfied with just going through the stages of life where I go to college, I get a job, keep job, might get a different job, but all I'm doing is keeping a job until I don't need a job anymore and I can retire for the rest of my life. I was never satisfied with only doing that forever. I wanted to build something on my own, control my own means of income. And through that, I discovered high ticket dropshipping, and high ticket dropshipping has blossomed into all of this as well. So I knew that I didn't know nearly anything about high ticket dropshipping when I was on the outside of it and thinking about getting started. So my logic is like, well, these guys certainly seem to know what the hell they're talking about, i.e. the guys on YouTube that I was following at the time and whose course that I bought. And they definitely knew what the hell they were talking about. And so kind of followed their framework to at least build the bones of the business and get things up and running. And then from there, it's like an online course can only have so much influence over you over the long term. There's mentors that can help you, like me, over the course of time, where you can bounce ideas off. You know, I can look at your Google Ads account. We can talk about, you know, maybe where are there bottlenecks, or where's the bounce rate coming from if people are landing on your site and going away. But at the end of the day, like, your long-term success is ultimately derived from, are you willing to adapt? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to evolve your business over the course of time? And it's not just the static thing that you build on the front end and hope that it works forever, because that's just not how real life works, especially in entrepreneurship. So tying all of this back, my biggest piece of advice to someone that is looking to start a business, no matter if you are 19 years old or 45 years old, I've had all of those age ranges go through my program. Just get started and start learning how to do it and how to do it better. And I'm telling you that the amount of lessons that you will pick up over the course of a year, over the course of 2 years, is something that is pretty insurmountable. So I hope that's inspirational. I'm not really a motivational speaker, but you know, if I had a biggest piece of advice for someone that is thinking about entering the world of entrepreneurship, is just stop thinking about it, make a decision, and take bold, deliberate action. So if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I upload daily content about high ticket dropshipping every single day. I know this one was a little more broad, but I love talking about this stuff. I love talking about entrepreneurship. I love talking about e-commerce, and I love talking about high ticket dropshipping. If you're someone that is interested in building a high ticket dropshipping business, I've obviously alluded to my program throughout the video. The link is in the description. The current version of the course I recorded in 2022. I'm in the process, with my partner Lisa Whaley, who has 20 years of SEO experience, of building a 2.0 version of the course, which will release later this month, January of 2025. If you get in right now, today is currently January 14th, you will get the current price and be grandfathered into the new course. Once that new course is released, current price is going away and the new price is going to be a lot pricier. So if you are interested, get in now. I'm really excited to work with you. And as always, if you have suggestions on content on YouTube, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.